Why now? Leave those people in peace. God damn you.
Holy shit!
Welcome, LaserNation, to the BananaLaser Horror Podcast, the podcast that has to be peeled to be believed exclusively at horrorphilia.com with your trio of sexy hosts, Alex Edwards.
Yeah, asshole.
Woo! Dave Z.
Hey, yo! I'm a pretty simple guy.
And Matt Wazell.
Matt Wazell.
The potassium starts now.
I hope you have all your trick-or-treating done, because now it's time for the BananaLaser's Halloween special.
You know, it's Halloween.
A beloved 2,000-year-old tradition.
2,000 years?
Sure. Back in those days, people used to light bonfires to scare away the evil spirits. Nowadays, jack-o'-lanterns are supposed to do the same thing.
Do you know why people got dressed up for Halloween? Because it was fun. No, for protection. They thought if they dressed up to look like an evil spirit, the other spirits wouldn't bother them. That's how the custom started.
You don't really know much about Halloween. You thought no further than the strange custom of having your children wear masks and go out begging for candy.
It's Halloween.
October 31st.
We're going to go trick-or-treating. Trick-or-treat!
Can you dig it?
Shout out to the Myers fan on YouTube. That's right, it's another fanboy show. Happy Halloween, lasers, and welcome to BananaLaser. My name is Matt Wazell, if you're nasty, and with me, as always, is the guy who needs Thorazine to do this show, Dave Z. What the fuck is up, Dave Z?
Hey, yo! Happy Halloween.
Short, sweet, simple. That's what we love about him.
Simple, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
My name is Dave Z. I'm just a simple guy.
And he won't leave. In fact, he's hiding in the closet because he's so scared of Michael Myers, Alex Edwards.
Yeah, asshole! Hello, Haddonfield!
Yeah, so it's Halloween time. It's October. And if you guys don't know, right now, going on over at the Skeleton Crew, we got something very special that's coming out, and we wanted to do a show that kind of complements that. If you guys aren't aware, the Skeleton Crew is releasing BananaLaser shows, finally.
Yeah, we just ran out of material, man.
Yeah. I mean,
we just took off for so long we couldn't get back in the groove of things, so we just said we'll release your show.
Fuck it. It is kind of true. No, that's not true. But what we did, guys, if you guys remember back in 2013, Dave and I did a complete Halloween retrospective. It was a lot of fun. But the shows came out so quickly back then that they weren't really edited. There were some things in the production that I wish we had done. So what we did with Alex is we've gone back through, we've re-edited the entire show, all of them, all 5 of them, and reproduce them, and now we're re-releasing them on the Skeleton Crew feed, one movie review at a time. So that's how many? 1, 2,
10.
3, 10.
10. Wow.
10 movie reviews going on right now.
Every 3 days.
Every 3 days they're dropping. So
Jason's like, fucking jerk-offs.
yeah, I ain't got time for this fucking shit. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so to kind of complement what's going on over there, we're decided to do, that's right, an episode dedicated to the Halloween franchise because we don't know what else to talk about during Halloween. Man, are we good podcasters.
Hey, at least it's Halloween and it's not Friday the 13th.
Yeah, that's why I said it's still a fanboy show.
Right.
We can't do shit new over here.
We just got done with the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, then we went to Friday the 13th, and now Halloween.
I tell
we're
you.
real horror fans, guys. And guess what we're doing next? Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, God, I hope not.
Holy shit. Talk about the most commercial, fucking typical, like, asswipe horror movies ever.
Hey, they are awesome. It's an awesome series.
Hey, I'm really into horror. I like Freddy and Jason and Michael. I'm just kidding.
That's
We
true.
know we're real horror fans. We watch things like Treehouse.
Let's start with something new. Since there supposedly is another Halloween film coming out sometime within our lifetime.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Alex doesn't think so, but
No.
a synopsis has been dropped, names have been thrown around, people were working on this thing apparently, but I just wanted to get your guys' opinion on the film. Is it something they should do? Do you like the plot of the film? Obviously, Alex doesn't even think it's going to get made, so what do you guys think about it? Are you excited for it?
Could you go over the plot again? Because, like, since I didn't put too much merit into it, I didn't even give it a real read.
Okay.
I think Michael was in a jail or a prison, and he had his mask on still, and he was sentenced to death or something.
He's on death row.
Okay.
Halloween returns, he's on death row. Yep.
Right. And then what?
So a relative of one of the people that Michael murdered is breaking him out so that they can kill him? Is that?
Oh, what?
Maybe we
Really?
should look it up. Yeah, let me look it up.
Nobody knows for sure. That's just it. It's all rumored. So
You know, I heard it was Ben Tramer's brother.
That would be awesome. Yeah, keep tying it in. You know, everything's got to be connected.
Yeah, you know
So-
how, like, we always make fun of, like, minute characters in, like, the first movie become the star of, like, the thing they
his
come back
friends.
with?
Ben Tramer's friends. He was really drunk.
Yeah, those guys. Oh, shit.
yeah, he was wearing the stupid mask. So wait a minute. So it's reversed. Usually Michael comes after everybody conceivable fucking from Haddonfield. But in this case, they're reversing it, and some insignificant nothing is going to come after Michael, is what you're saying.
Here we go. The now 18-year-old child of one of Myers' victims
Lonnie Lamb?
plays a central role along with the child of a cop who's long been obsessed with Myers' case. Myers is now on death row, and the two kids, with their own personal vendettas against the killer, sneak in to watch his execution. Oh, that's what's going on. But when things go awry, of course, and Myers escapes, the pair, along with their friends, find themselves in the firing line.
Okay. So these kids are watching him through a window for the death row thing, and then he escapes and somehow keeps track of those three kids, and he's a little pissed that they wanted to watch him die, so now he's after them.
He senses the bloodline, just like he sensed it with Lori. He senses, he's like, I think I killed your mom, or something. You know, he senses it. It's all that dog blood that he eats, man. He knows.
I think I randomly killed your mom, like,
Yeah.
because she was there, and
Yeah,
so I have to kill you now.
I'm the guy who ninja jumped on your mom in Halloween 2.
Yeah.
That was the worst. Oh, for such an amazing movie, that had to be the worst possible choice. Like, him jumping up to kill that chick in the pink shirt is just unbelievable to me.
Boing? Yeah. You know, wouldn't it be cool if it was Lonnie Lamb? You know?
Well,
hold on.
Since they're already connecting, they're saying it's connected, then why not make it somebody that we know? Sure.
It should be him, and I'll tell you why. Because Lonnie Lamb went up to that building that night, well, the Myers house that night. The Myers house that night.
What, the Silver Shamrock Factory?
It's in Santa Cruz.
The factory, Santa Mira. Yes. No, but he went up there and, he's like, hey, Lonnie, get your ass away from there. So he got scared that night, and as a result, he had repercussions for the rest of his life. He got fucked up.
Oh, he turned into the new Michael. That's what should happen.
Or the new Tommy Doyle, like in part 6, where he got all fucked up. You know what I mean? So he can now be like the leading man in this one, Lonnie Lamb.
Lonnie Lamb.
With a name like Lamb, he's got to be the fucking hero.
And we have to have a callback where someone tells him to get his ass away from him.
Yeah, it's like a bad Terminator movie. Every fucking line's got to be redone.
Yeah, it's like Psycho, where suddenly Norman uses inordinately just because Marion used it in a conversation they had in the parlor. Now, like, every single Psycho movie has the word not inordinately. Like, I hate when they do that. They make... Yeah, but it's like Terminator. Mm-hmm. Exactly right. Like, they take...
I'll be back. She'll be back. And I'm back. It's like, get the fuck out of here. I like the sound of this plot.
Do you think Michael will have his mask on or off?
Oh, man. It's got to be off, right?
Okay, wait, hold on. This is after part 2?
I guess.
So he's going to be all... That would be pretty badass, actually. He'll look like Freddy Krueger.
Oh, yeah. You know what? It's going to be a combination of Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, and Shocker. See?
And House 3.
Yeah, horror show. Yes, exactly. Yes.
No, it's called House 3, Dave.
Fuck you, it is.
Overseas, bitch.
Yeah. Talking in China, it's House 3.
China!
Yeah, that's where I get all my films, China.
I do too, but that's another story. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, I guess we'll give him some props. Well, no, I can't call it House 3. I'm sorry. But isn't that weird? Why is it House 3? You know how many times that happens? A movie goes overseas. I'm sorry, I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Because it's not marketable as... I mean,
horror show.
I went to the theater opening night. It was on the cover of Fangoria, the horror show. It wasn't like an unknown movie. That's what I'm saying. That's why
us.
Well, you weren't there that day, but I'm just saying. I was there. I went opening night. People were talking about it prior. It came out in the same year as Shocker. That's why it was weird. There was 2 movies about guys that got whacked in fucking, what do you call it? Electric chairs. So
that's weird.
Yeah, that was weird. So when I heard years later that it went overseas, I understand why movies go overseas and they're relabeled something else. I get that. But why would it come back to the States with a different name? That's just weird. Like, I can't think of any other instance where that's happened.
It just didn't make money, and they already had a franchise that was strong with House, so they said, let's just call it that, and the assholes who like part 1 and 2 will at least go see it. So that that's all that really probably went on in the boardroom. You know what I mean? Like, there's really not much more to it. And it's amazing, like, Shocker and the horror show came out the same year, and they both suck. Like, you would think at least one of the guys got the concept, right, but no.
What do you guys want to see then in a new movie, or do you just want this whole thing to be dropped?
I think Alex wants it to be dropped.
No, I just wish the right guy could save it. And I know that person is me, but I'm just too busy with my regular job. So I really can't do this. And I think really, honestly, like, if, let's just say somebody like me was had the helm, I guess, I would have people like you guys, both of you, and, Michael J., and the right people, and the Skeleton Crew listeners and BananaLaser listeners, and we would post it all the time, get feedback, crunch the data, and really come up with the right thing here. You got to make it. People just want the same shit over and over. Honestly, the best thing you could do is give everybody the closest thing to what they already love, which is Halloween, the original. So you can make a simplified story like that. That's not really that hard to do. I don't know exactly where they go wrong. Well, I guess I do. They overthink it, and they figure, well, no one's gonna just watching a guy sort of stalk people and then eventually get to him one by one at night, which is exactly what we love for some reason, because it was just done right and they captured the atmosphere, and we know what people love. They love the music and the atmosphere, so we would know to do that right again. And then where they go wrong is oh, well, he has to stick with his family, so let's add, his niece, because who else is going to have? Oh, so let's have magical powers. Let's have them have a connection to each other. Oh, you know what? We got to explain Michael now, so let's have him like a cult controls him. And, we got to really change things and make it for today, so let's have it on reality TV. And let's have a famous rapper in there, because that's what people are into now. Rappers. Hip-hop is the biggest thing in music right now. I mean, rock is dead, so let's have a rapper in this movie.
They should get Iggy Azalea in the new one.
That's exactly what they would do. Yeah, I know you're joking. That probably would be the next. I'm surprised she's not in this movie. I haven't heard about her being cast. But that is, and we know that nobody you just cut the bullshit and let's get straight to it again. And no one's gonna do that. So I think that do I want it to drop? Not necessarily. I'm just always that hopeless romantic who thinks that one day the right guy is going to be in charge of this, and that's it. And it's yet to be known, I guess.
I think this new film is kind of doing that. I mean, there's no blood relative of Michael that he's hunting down. I think once you get past this intro of him breaking out, which could be, it sounds too fantastical. A little bit.
Oh, you think? How many people break out of death row?
But once they get beyond that, I think we're going to get what we want. Hopefully. Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Maybe. Well, what's the rest? I mean, what do they say? So
They just said then it's those two kids plus their friends being stalked, essentially.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm with Alex on it. I think that they are doing something strange that they shouldn't do, and it should just be back to basics. See, just hearing you saying it, Matt, that he's stalking those guys and their friends, it's not just going to be that simple.
Mm-hmm.
And
why would he though?
No, it should be. It should be that simple, and the friends shouldn't even be involved. They should just first and foremost. I find it strange that they're even doing this after the series got rebooted. It's really that never happens, does it? I mean,
well, it's not strange after the Texas Chainsaw 3D.
Well, the Texas Chainsaw is a fucked up series. How many times did they have a sequel to Part 1? 3?
3 times. Honestly,
there's no continuity in that series at all. There's good movies in it, but it's just a clusterfuck if you look at it and try to make sense of it chronologically. It doesn't work. But Halloween, it did make sense for a while, but now. I don't know. They rebooted it, and now they're going to start over again.
Well, they can't continue the zombie series because I would only want to see that if Rob Zombie was doing it. So
I agree.
I'm fine with them shelving that.
What about
it's strange.
Halloween 3 Season of the Bitch, and his wife is the killer. Michael's mom is now the focus because she has to be in this.
But I'll tell you what, to sum the Halloween movie up, I don't know how I feel. I mean, I guess it's going to be kind of cool to see another Halloween in the theaters again if we get to see it. But I have a feeling it might suck at the same time. So I don't. Honestly, it's interesting though. It keeps things interesting. If it comes out in 2 years, in the October of 2017 or something like that, I would welcome it. I would go see it and hope for the best, but expect the worst.
Ooh.
Well,
how about this?
Oh, go ahead.
And I was going to say, one of my theories years ago was, how it's taking, forever to get another installment of any of these big franchises? would you guys be okay with the idea if, let's just say, a pretty talented guy with a pretty decent reputation, let's just say, who would you consider that to be? So that way I can give you a better frame of reference. Like, for example, Adam Green. If he told you he had any interest in doing these, would you be excited about that? Before I continue my question.
Didn't that happen already? Wasn't Adam Green already rumored to do Halloween?
Oh, you heard our interview?
We had that discussion. Yeah, didn't you post it in some strange Facebook group once upon a time?
Yeah, so I can get more people to listen to it.
Yeah, bad idea.
Yeah, it didn't work. I got in a fight with some weirdo. Okay, let's just say
I think I would. I would, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. Let's just say Adam Green said, all right, guys, here's the deal. These Halloween movies, we don't want you guys to be, 47 years old by the time Halloween 12 is here, which is 2 more. So basically, I bought the rights or whatever, and these movies, we don't have the budget to put them in theaters and stuff, but you're going to get 4 direct-to-DVD Halloween movies in the next 5 years or something. Because, they came out once a year. It's not crazy to think of. And if this guy has a game plan, like he made some broad strokes with where he's going with it, and then he'll, do fine detail as he's doing each one, would you be for that? Like, just bail out on the idea that these are big blockbuster horror icons, and just, would you take these as indie sort of low budget direct to video movies? Like, would you be okay with this as long as they were up to par, I guess, and the right person was in charge?
Yes, I would.
Yeah, because that's kind of my feeling about it. I don't know why they're just not making them. Right. It's like, it seems simple. It's like, just make them. It doesn't have to be a huge budget. We've seen lower budget movies, like $1 million movies, that are great. And I think you could do that with this kind of franchise, and then make like you said, make like 5 of them in like 7 years. And I think that's a success right there.
Yeah, like, I think they're putting too much into it. I guess my point is that I think they're putting too much on it. Like, just make them. Like, what are you doing? Like, I don't understand. It just seems like a big to-do. Like, why haven't we seen Friday Part 2 reboot, or my Friday 13th Part 9, where it continues from Part 8? Just make it. Like, what is this big expectation? What is this big ta-da that we're waiting for? Just make the fucking movie and put it out on goddamn direct-to-video and give it to us.
Yeah, how bad could it be? How many fucking movies come out every year that are pieces of shit and are good, but they don't come to theaters? So why not take a gamble on a movie like a Halloween instead of trying to do something new? Why not do that? Because it's going to sell. There's going to be buzz for it. It's Halloween.
Think about it. The Hellraisers did it. I would not, if you had me bet my life on it, I'm going to tell you, I don't know the actual answer, what I'm about to say. I bet my life that part 5, 6, 7, and 8, Hellraiser, were not in theaters. Like, am I right about that? Because I can't imagine.
Yeah, I think you're right.
They weren't.
But they have a bad reputation. You don't want that.
But they did it, though. They made the movies.
Yeah, but they sucked. Do you want shitty Halloween movies to come out? Or do you want... Yeah, that's the problem. You want to make sure the right people do it. And you know what? Back to the director. I'll tell you who should do it. David Robert Mitchell should do it. The guy that did It Follows.
Yeah!
Yes. He could do a fucking Halloween. For no question. And
but that was in theaters, though, right? He's a theater director.
Very brief stint. Remember how it got to theaters because of word of mouth? It was supposed to just come out VOD, and it got a very limited release. So if you can make a good independent movie like that, like he did, why couldn't he do it for Halloween?
Well, I don't think he can.
Right, exactly, and he's got the style for it. People have compared, the score and the way that film is shot to Carpenter. So. That's what should happen. That's my opinion.
How about this? It's been recently stated by Robert Englund and I don't even know if this is real or not, but that he would do a Freddy versus Michael. I personally think that's a terrible idea, but would you want to see that? That would be... Why would he say that to a reporter or whoever he said it to? It's like, that's going to be fucking madness to fans for months, years probably.
They don't even go together.
No.
Like, Freddy and Jason just go together, and it just seems right. Something about Freddy and Michael, it just seems dirty.
Makes no sense.
It leaves you feeling forced.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think Robert Englund, I think the way he said that, he just kind of threw it out there. But I don't think it's something that you could say he was really serious about.
No, he definitely was not serious about that.
But who knows? I mean, if somebody heard that, and let's say a Halloween fan heard it, and you know how crazy they can be, and started running off at the mouth and making videos about it.
Now, what do you mean crazy? What, because I like Halloween, I'm crazy?
Shout out to the Myers fan on YouTube. if he's still there. Ooh.
Oh, shit.
But it's okay that you like Friday the 13th. That's not gay.
No, it's pretty gay. Have you seen our video? Some gay shit. We're pretty nerdy.
Dude, we're reciting lines in the diner Steve Christie died in.
Right.
That's gay.
But yeah, I mean, what if that happened and word of mouth went going and there was a fucking thing, and you know how shit starts. People say, "Hey, there's a petition. Let's get this movie done." And one thing leads to another. When you're talking about big names like that, Freddie and Michael, you never know. And Robert Englund, I think that if push came to shove, and they threw some money his way, I think he would do it. So
yeah, those petitions have historically worked out.
Yeah, never.
Because those always really come to fruition.
And his film track record the past 20 years, he'll definitely do it.
Oh yeah, he'll do it.
Yeah, definitely.
He would do it, but no, just for fun, I said that. Of course, I don't think it would ever lead to anything, but maybe in his heart of hearts, that's what he's thinking when he says that. I'll just put this out there and see what happens. Because you saw what happened. Everybody went crazy because he said he would do maybe a Freddy again or maybe another night, some shit. And then he had to come out and debunk the rumors and said, no, I will not be playing Freddy again. Because everybody fucking on the internet ran with it.
Well, he better not, because I paid $175 to take a picture of him the last time he ever put on that makeup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the last time.
Yeah, so if he does that, I want my money back, because I paid based on the idea he'd never put that makeup on. So don't fuck with me.
Funny side note, the Nightmare on Elm Street 2010 was on TV the other day, but when I hit the info button, it was all the information for the 1984 movie. So Robert Englund was getting credit.
Holy shit.
For Earl Haley's
Hey, asshole!
Oh, fuck.
No!
No?
Yeah, can you see him doing that shit to Michael?
She's mine!
Is he going to poke him in the head like Busta Rhymes did?
I'm supposed to be Freddy Krueger, not that Jackie Earl Haley.
And would it be Freddy going to Haddonfield or Michael going to Springwood?
Well, let's hope they're both still 10 miles apart like it was for Crystal Lake.
Yeah, it's all within a 30-mile radius.
Yeah, all three of these things. Just don't fucking live anywhere near this area.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know how they could do it. I got it figured. It's the
Really?
electric chair. Yes, it just occurred to me now. When you said that, it just popped into my head that when he gets the electric chair, he could just maybe go into a coma and somehow dream Freddy, and then there's your movie.
Wow.
And just the whole thing take place in the dream world?
I don't know. But that's how it begins, I guess. I don't know. It just popped in my head, you know?
The ending is just a shot of Michael sleeping in the mask, and it just slowly pans out. He's like snoring.
Yeah, if he was snoring, that'd be gold.
Yeah.
In the mask, of course.
Now, are they calling this Halloween 9, this new movie?
Halloween Returns.
So they're not even doing the number game.
No.
It's like Superman Returns, how they did that.
Yeah, right. 50 years later, we have another Superman.
Right. Michael Returns. That I wish they would call it that. Michael Returns. That'd be.
Or just call it Halloween. Michael. No, they already did that.
The
Return of Michael Myers. Yeah, they already did it.
That's true. You can't have returns because they've already done it.
He's
Halloween
back.
Returns. What the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah, that is stupid.
There has to be another meaning behind this title, I hope, within the movie, because it doesn't really make sense.
Oh, it's going to be like part 6 with there hasn't been Halloween in Haddonfield all these years.
I'm willing to bet it has something to do with that.
I'm
fine with that. That would kind of make sense.
In a way, but it's already been done. That's my only problem.
That's the problem, but we wouldn't care.
Yeah, but it didn't really work as well in part 6.
No,
how can you say? You haven't seen it yet. How do you know if it didn't work as well?
Oh, I mean, not as well. I mean,
6.
it didn't. I don't think it worked that good in part 6. Like, I didn't realize until, when I first watched them, I didn't realize that like Halloween was like banned. I guess I just didn't pick up on that note. Yeah. Even though it's clearly expressed in the movie, I guess I just didn't give a shit.
Yeah, like her whole meeting with that guy on the radio had to do with Halloween being.
Yeah, I guess the movie was just boring. Fuck, I don't know.
Oh, shh. Michael J listens to the BananaLaser.
Oh, sorry, Mike. Actually, if you give me 4, 5, and 6, I'm gonna probably watch 6. I actually.
Yep.
Okay,
that's
a good topic.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's got great kills. It's got the whoever plays Michael stalks really well in the movie, and it makes more sense with the Michael in 1 and 2.
Isn't it Wilbur? Doesn't he come back?
I got bad news for you, man. It's the guy from part 4.
Yeah.
Really?
Isn't that weird? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It's George P. Wilbur. He came back. He reprised his role. But he got better. He learned from his mistakes.
He was better. The look was better. The mask was okay. I think the only reason the mask was okay is that the atrocities of 4 and 5 made it look better. But it really wasn't great.
No,
I
but
thought it actually was great.
It was best after 1 and 2, I would say.
Yes,
I would say
that's
2,
what I
yeah.
say. Yes, it is.
Okay. Yeah, okay, we're on the same page.
And that's a lot of masks. Think about it. There's 4, there's 5, there's 6.
There's
8,
3
2,
and 3.
There's Resurrection. There's fucking the remakes. Think about it. That's a lot of masks. There's 3 and 3. Hey, which one's the best?
The Skull.
I agree. I'm a Skull guy, too.
Yeah. Now we really are just repeating our retrospective.
Oh, did we say that? Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
Don't be in a rush to stick it up your crack. BananaLaser will be right back.
Are you hideously deformed? Do you suffer from Mongolism? Or are you just plain sick to look at? If you answered yes to any of these questions, we can assure you that you're already familiar with sundown sacks.
Sundown sacks!
If this is the case, we thank you for your business, and if it's not, what are you waiting for? If you look like this, the odds are more likely that you'll commit murder. But this time of year, we're talking about enjoying yourself this Halloween. Help us help you this October. Sundown Sacks brings you Sack-O-Lantern. That's right, Sack-O-Lantern. Sundown sacks are normally used for murder, but Sack-O-Lantern is used for fun. Why should you be deprived of going trick-or-treating or attending a Halloween party? The answer is that you shouldn't. That's where Sack-O-Lantern comes in. It's a relatively simple idea, where we take our normal high-grade burlap sack, color it orange, and give you the appearance of a normal jack-o'-lantern. If your head is too big, no one can tell. If your face is misshapen, no one will know. Even if your breath stinks because you can't brush your teeth or don't have any, no one can smell. Sack-O-Lantern even comes with a built-in pumpkin scent. As with all our sacks, you can move the eye holes up, down, right, or left to accommodate your deformity for a small price per inch. It's Halloween, no one will know or care. So what are you waiting for? Halloween is the one time a year that you can stop thinking about murder and start thinking about enjoying yourself. Sack-O-Lantern also comes in 3 varieties: traditional, pumpkinhead, and silver shamrock models. As with all our sacks, they are made with the finest quality burlap known to man and are guaranteed to cover you up. Halloween is made for monsters, and you should enjoy yourself with Sack-O-Lantern.
Sundown Sacks!
SundownSacks.com is not responsible for any murders you may commit while wearing any of our sacks.
If you've got the time, we've got the beer, Miller beer. Miller tastes too good to hurry through, but when it's time to relax, Miller stands clear, beer after beer. If You've got the time. You've got the time. We've got the beer. Miller.
Holy shit, man! It's Miller time. Every October, all I knock back is Miller because of Dan Chalice, dude, and that's all I will ever drink.
Wow, I might start doing it. I've never had one in my life.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I drink it all the time.
Never. I don't like canned beer. So
No, it's a bottle I have.
Well, they have it in bottles too, Dave.
I don't even. That goes
He's like,
to
no,
show.
I have to drink it just like Dan Chalice did.
Yes, exactly.
And I have to go to that bar where he was sipping like whiskey or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yes. I have to fuck that girl. Same thing. Yeah.
Remember that cartoon that they played when he was in there?
Ding.
It's like
Ding.
that.
You turn this off.
Those noises, I actually heard them in another movie. I think somebody took that.
It's stock shit, I think.
Yeah,
It's
it's
the
like
stock
public
sound
domain
effect
cartoon.
because they didn't. I was actually thinking about this because while working on the reproduction for the Skeleton Crew shows that we're putting out, that was one of the clips I had, and then so I was listening to it closely, and I think it's because they couldn't use any actual, cartoons, so
Right.
they just filled in with a bunch of stock sounds.
Like the Wilhelm scream.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Will
Wilhelm. There it is. All right.
Will Wilhelm?
What?
Will
Will Wilhelm?
You okay?
Will Wilhelm.
Will Wilhelm.
Yeah, like, how about that? You go to a bar to pick up chicks, and this girl 20 years younger than you walks in there, and you fuck her the next night after consoling her about her dead father who got his head pulled off like 24 hours ago.
Seems fine. Yeah, speaking of odd sequels, they should just do a sequel to Halloween 3.
I wish they would.
It could be Dan Chalice's son. They give him the same mustache.
Wait, did you guys see that that mock poster somebody made for I don't know what they call
Oh
it.
yeah, Halloween 4, the day after or some shit.
Right, the day after he was like, "Stop it!"
Yep.
And then Dan Chalice. Here's the thing: at the end of Halloween 3, though, the problem is that Cochran was seemingly the only human being in that entire operation, right? I mean, so once he died, which he did, the robots basically all died, and even if they didn't, who cares? It's a robot. They didn't. There's no victory there. It's just a machine running around. Like, what would Dan like? After all the kids' heads melted, I guess, if they didn't turn off that last channel, what exactly was accomplished in the eyes of the protagonist? Or what is it? Antagonist?
The antagonist, but he's dead. But he wasn't planning to be dead.
Right, but what would Dan Chalice do, though?
What would he do? Here's the way I picture it.
Oh, I
After
got
that
you.
movie.
Who's going to be the villain then?
Who's going to be the villain? It does the snakes and the shit that comes out of people's heads.
He's
The
gonna
Day
be
of the Animals.
Yeah, he's going to be an exterminator.
He's John Goodman from Arachnophobia all of a sudden.
Well, picture that happening. It'd be like a post-apocalyptic type thing where fucking half of the kids, actually 2/3 of the kids that were watching the channels, got fucked up, And then at the end, that we don't know if that one station got shut off or not. So if that was to take place, just imagine the repercussions of all these fucking kids being dead and snakes coming out of their heads and all kinds of hell breaking loose on Halloween. And remember, we only saw one kid get whacked. Who knows what else could have happened? It could have been crazy. It would have been more like a Mad Max type movie, I think. It wouldn't be like a straight horror movie.
That's too outside of the realm of what it should be. I think there should be other people within Cochran's company, basically.
His brother.
There should be exactly. Just bring in a whole wing of the company that just was in the shadows the whole time. Like maybe people who fund everything that he's doing, like a shadow corporation,
right?
And then try to sort of, kind of, maybe repeat it. I guess
it could be sex toys. His brother does sex toys. He's Colonel Cockring. That's him.
That's the porno version.
Colonel Cockring. Yeah, but the only problem, obviously, is that Dan Chalice is 30 years older now, so you would have to explain why he's addressing this 30 years later. Like, that the kid's head's fucking melted 30 years ago. Like, what is he? What? Maybe they're trying to get it back, get it going again. I don't know.
Right, like the company remained dormant.
Right.
And now 30 years later, it's their time to strike again.
Yes.
Because the alignment of the moon.
And
I
he
know.
just happened to be
Yes.
involved again. A
Yeah.
drunk doctor happens to be around again.
Well, here it is. I got it. Dan Chalice is like a grandfather now. It's 30 years later, and he's just sitting there one day. He's retired. He's doing his thing. His grandkids are visiting, and out of nowhere, the kids are watching TV, and a Silver Shamrock commercial just comes on. And he drops his beer, and he's like,
His beer, he's still drinking.
Miller Lite.
"Come on, of course." And he's like, "Oh my God, it's happening again!" And then Colonel Cochran, it turns out, has a kid that we didn't know about, and take it from there. Of course, it wouldn't work, but we're just having fun here.
Right. I don't know. I think that kind of works. I mean, what does every sequel do? It kind of repeats the good beats of the first movie, right? And so I think you could absolutely do that. Just
Yeah, just look
bump
at
it up.
Escape from L.A.
Oh God. Jesus. Okay, so I want to bring up something, an idea I had while watching Halloween 4. And I don't hate on that movie. It's one of the better sequels. It's got a lot of good stuff in it, actually. Right. But it occurred to me the other day that, and I want to see if you guys agree, I feel like they should have killed Loomis in the movie. Either at the end or maybe even in the middle. I feel like...
In 4 or 5?
Yeah, 4. They should have killed him. Because that would have been a huge impact to the audience. It would have... And they obviously, for the rest of the series... Well, he's only in 2 movies. But he's really shit on. He's worthless.
Right.
His character is absolutely worthless. He doesn't peak, but he's... his last good movie is 4.
Right.
And, I don't know about you guys, but I didn't give a shit about any character in 4, probably except for Loomis. So why not kill him off? That would have been
Grady?
A great dramatic thing. Get out of him.
Grady?
Yeah, the eyebrows.
Him and his eyebrows.
Oh,
Eddie
Brady,
Munster.
you mean. Brady.
Oh, Brady. He looked like
Whatever
Eddie
his name is.
Munster.
Let's talk about fucking Nightmare 2 over here. Okay, all right.
Don't you think that could have been a cool twist, though?
Well, where would he have gotten killed?
At the end? Oh, no, in the middle, you said, right?
Anywhere.
So would you rather have it... Jamie
if we're
should have killed him.
rewriting it, then it could happen anywhere.
Okay,
Kill him
so
at the beginning.
Jamie Lloyd should have killed him at the end instead of attacking your mother. Would you?
That's it.
No, I don't know. No, it should have been Michael.
He goes upstairs.
It needs to be Michael.
No.
Right.
No.
No, it has to be Michael to complete their relationship.
How about this, Matt? Think about this. Jamie, tell me, and I'm dead serious. When Jamie was at the top of those stairs, and after you heard the screaming, they all looked up. Weren't you jaw dropped at that point?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess. Yeah.
Now imagine you combine that with her killing Loomis.
Yeah. And he's screaming no because he's the one being stabbed. No!
Yeah.
No!
No! And then everybody looks up. Meeker and the mom and the dad and Rachel, they all look up, and she's standing there, and then the fucking camera pans to fucking Loomis dead. You'd be like, holy shit. That would be devastating.
Yeah,
I think Dave has the right idea.
Yeah, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
Yes.
I like I think that would be great, but I just like the idea of it being Michael just because
Right, historically.
they're lovers, essentially. So
And when somebody gets murdered, the first person they go to is their lover.
the husband. It's always the husband. Because Loomis is clearly the bitch in the relationship, right?
Well, you can't help be the bitch when Michael's the husband. or your boy.
I don't know. I just feel like Loomis is so worthless, and well, in 5 he's ridiculously good. He's probably the best thing of the movie, but
okay.
Well, yeah, just how ridiculous he is. I mean, the movie's terrible, but if you got to pull out some stuff that's good, it's not fucking
I agree. It's comedy.
I think by
Yeah.
default he's good.
That's what I mean. Yeah. That's the only reason he's good in that movie. Kill him off in 4, it would have been a huge impact as long as they actually killed him off. Like you said, if they show his dead body, because if it just ends with like her stabbing him, then they'll bring him back with like a scar on his shoulder or something.
Yeah, but that would be a problem because if Jamie did kill him, I don't know. Where they would go with the next movie would be completely different. I mean, but that'd be good, I guess. It sucked. But
What's the difference? She supposedly killed her mom at that point.
But she didn't kill her.
No, but she supposedly killed her. So at that point, think about it. Halloween 5, it's flawed right from the beginning. They fucking pussied out of the goddamn you don't head down a lane and a direction and then go, I don't know. Okay, how about we just, she tried to kill her mom. Her mom survived, so she's not a murderer. And, she's just in the hospital right now trying to get fixed up. And she's a good girl, and we'll see this when Michael's the killer again in part 5. And she's just trying to help people and tell him where he's going to strike next. It's a total pussy move. And that movie's flawed from the beginning because you wrote it like a pussy. So there's no way that anything good can come of backtracking. You don't send us in a direction at the end of a movie and then recover by backtracking. I mean, Jason 6 is proof of that. You send Tommy Jarvis as he's going to start murdering people at the end of part 5, and what do? You just he was locked away too, and it just doesn't work. It worked better in Jason 6, but Halloween 5, nothing about it worked, and it's because a bunch of pussies wrote it, basically.
Yeah, it's true. Well, here, you know what? They didn't have no. Here's the problem. It isn't because pussies wrote it. Honestly, it's because they had no choice. Because of course they're going to make Michael the killer again. You know what I mean?
That's true, but Jamie could have been like the sidekick in some cool way.
Yeah,
I always believed in that.
It would have been okay, but it would be weird. How would they get together? I don't know.
I don't know. Be creative. I don't know. You come up with it. I work a normal job. You have all day to sit there and write this. Like, come up with something. I don't know.
I believe we could. I believe we could all come up with better things for each movie. Maybe not 1, 2, and 3, but from 4 on, if we put our heads together, we could come up with better ideas, I think.
Right. How hard is this?
But honestly, it should have ended at 4. The series, that should have been, I think they intended it to end, because that's the way you end it. Because when they're making this movie, there's no way they're thinking, oh yeah, the next movie, Jamie's going to be the killer. Get the fuck out.
Nah, I think you're wrong. I think it's obviously a lead-in. That's a lead-in ending. Like, okay, where are we going with this?
Yeah, but come on. Do you really think that they were going to put a fucking mask on Jamie and make a fucking a 10-year-old girl the killer in the next movie?
Dude, I don't know. Who knows? But I mean, it was
Sleepaway
shocking.
Camp, right?
Yeah, Sleepaway Camp. It was shocking to say the least. It definitely generated interest, and people were dying to see what Part 5 would be.
Yeah, now I'm dying because I did see it.
Like, if they did a Sleepaway Camp 2 thing, flash forward a few years, she's older, 17-ish or something, and she's a killer now.
Come on. You really want a fucking a chick in the Halloween series becoming the main fucking killer?
I don't want that. No,
Michael Myers is dead.
I'm just spitballing here. I don't want to see that.
Yeah, you're right, dude.
She's even there, honestly.
Yeah, kids being in. Yeah. But the thing is, yes, I'm not claiming I know how it would work. I'm just saying if I had 2 years to write it, I'm probably sure I could have come up with something. I don't know where it would go. You're right. I can't picture her running around stabbing people. But I don't know. I don't know.
They could have done a Friday 5 with it. Like the whole time you think it's Michael Myers, then at the end when he lands on the bed of spikes,
it's Jamie.
It's Jamie Lloyd.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just think it should have ended. Well, it should have ended at 2. Truth be told,
right?
I mean, well, it should have ended at 1 if you really want to get technical. But I mean,
they shouldn't have made it at all.
Halloween shouldn't have been made.
Yeah, I don't even like the fucking holiday.
I blame everything everything that happened after Halloween 2 on the people that marketed Halloween 3. It's all their fucking fault that Halloween 3 tanked and they had to bring Michael back.
Right. That's true.
The way that movie was marketed, if they just would have called it, and I don't even want to say, everyone says it, they should have just called it Season of the Witch. Not even that. They should have just called, it should have been the first colon. It should have been Halloween, Season of the Witch. And they should have told everybody up front that this is a fucking new thing that we're doing and showed things in the commercial. These are the masks and said Michael Myers is dead. What else bad could happen on Halloween? Or some stupid tagline, whatever. Just let people know off the bat what they're getting into.
The movie poster. Michael Myers is not in this movie.
You know what? It's something. Any fucking thing that where no one's going to be... Even by putting the 3 there, it's insinuating...
Right, it's misleading.
Yes. But if you just called it Halloween, Season of the Witch, honestly, just taking the 3 out, I think, makes a world of difference. And just...
See, I like what you're saying. See, the typical thing is, if they just called it Season of the Witch, nobody would hate it. Okay, we moved past that. That fucking that revelation. We realized that 15 years ago. Now, the next thing we have to consider is what you just said. If that was never made, so what you're claiming is that because they did call it Halloween, you're saying that they brought Michael back just because of the bad reception that got. You actually think that's the case, instead of thinking that they just saw how much money Michael Myers and Freddy and Leatherface were making, and they decided, let's bring our guy back.
It's both of those things. But if Halloween 3 or Halloween Season of the Witch, if it could have been called that, if that would have been a success, if people weren't misled, then they would have continued on with the anthology idea. And Carpenter would have stayed involved. We would have had more and more kick-ass soundtracks and better and different movies that took place on Halloween. I mean, that's a good movie. And people would have realized that they were expecting Michael, and they didn't get it, and people shit on it. And the critics didn't help either, but then again, the critics always shit on horror. So that doesn't matter. But it wasn't received well because people were fucking misled into it thinking it was going to be Michael Myers. So if they come out with this kick-ass movie, Halloween Season of the Witch, and it did kick-ass, and then that's successful, of course they would have continued on with it because that was the plan. So then they wouldn't have laid dormant for 6 years and watched Jason come on and kick everybody's ass and then say, okay, we got to have a Jason now. Let's make Michael come back and have him be fucking indestructible. And
so, Matt, do you agree with that? Do you think that if they didn't call Halloween 3 and all that, do you think Michael would have never came back?
No, I think you absolutely would have came back.
Right?
You're saying it's just the marketing?
That's why it flopped. That's basically what I'm saying, yeah.
Well, that's true, but you're saying that that's why they brought Michael back?
But why wouldn't they continue it? Like, if Halloween Season of the Witch would have come out and been successful, there would have been another Halloween a year or two later.
It would never be successful, I think. It's like all of a sudden Friday 13th Part 3 did something else. It's like you're doomed from the start to try and do a sequel that has nothing to do with the previous installments, which I'm trying to think of if that's ever happened before.
Here's why it's different. Here's why it's different. Because Halloween is a holiday, and Friday the 13th, it wouldn't make any sense.
It's a day. It's a scary day.
Yes, I mean, Halloween is a holiday. Friday the 13th is what it is, but there have been other movies with Halloween in the title since, or that focused on Halloween horror, where Friday the 13th is exclusive to that series. You're not going to see some other movie called with Friday the 13th in it, because nobody gives a fuck.
Now, though. Okay, how about this? I think the big mistake with Halloween 3 was that they did it on the third one as opposed to the second one.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's the mistake. You don't make, and we've already been down the road of Frankenstein movies and Wolfman movies and Creature from Black Lagoon movies. There's 3 Creature from Black Lagoon movies. Invisible Man. There was like 5 Invisible Man movies. I mean, this is not news to anybody. This whole sequel thing. Just because maybe that's all we're familiar with because nobody cares to go back. But no, this is normal. This whole thing with Freddy and Jason and all these guys. So the only way this could have worked is if you just literally had Halloween and then the next one was Halloween 2 and if people didn't expect, once you make a sequel with the same guy in it, people expect him in the next one. But if
whether
you
he's dead or not, yeah, exactly.
Right. But if you killed him or whatever the case in part 1, or Jason's mom is dead in part 1, and you made Friday the 13th and called it something that had to do with what it is, people would just say, okay, well, of course, the mom's dead, so they're not going to do another one of those. So this is from the same people, the same producers, the same director, but it's different. So we're into the first one, so let's see if we like the second one. Oh, wow, that was a good story. Let's see what story's in the next one. You know, like that's the normal progression for something like that. You can't do that on part 3. I'm just saying when you already set the tone and what's happening here, and we already have a regular killer at like Frankenstein, Dracula, and the Wolfman. You have your own guy, and it seems that that's where this is going. You know what I mean?
Here's the difference, though. Halloween 1 was left open-ended. So if you make Halloween 2, everyone in the world is going to expect, because it was so successful and because it's Michael Myers and at the end of the movie he's still alive somewhere, that if they would have rioted if you brought Halloween 2 Season of the Witch, they would have gone fucking mad because they're expecting to see Michael because the way 1 ended, he's still out there. Whereas with 2, when 2 ended, the final shot is him fucking laying there dead, burning. Case closed. Movie over, he's dead, Loomis is dead. That's
I agree.
Why with 3 it would have worked.
I agree, and that's why I use Friday as the my
right,
because she clearly was dead.
Yeah, that's
right.
why I did that. 'Cause I was gonna say Halloween, but he was alive at the end. So you're right. I mean, but I don't know. It still set a motion. We expected Michael. That's just what it is.
I think Halloween 3 is the reason Dave doesn't watch trailers. It ruined him.
Maybe so.
Look at this. He's not even in this movie. Fucking trailer. Never again. Don't be in a rush to stick it up your crack. BananaLaser will be right back. Later tonight on the Horror Philly Network, John Carpenter's Halloween. Here's a clip. You know, it's totally insane. I have 3 movies to watch for the show, the game in the afternoon, I get my hair dyed at 5, and the dances at 8. I'll be totally wiped out.
I think you have too much to do tomorrow.
Totally.
As usual, I don't have anything to do.
That's your own fault, and I don't feel a bit sorry for you.
Hey, Matt, Dave, why didn't you wait for me?
We did. 15 minutes. You totally never showed up.
That's not true. Here I am.
What's wrong, Alex? You're not smiling.
Never smiling again. Montgomery dragged me into 30 more groups today.
Exploring uncharted territory?
It's been totally charted.
I just blocked them.
Good.
Then I got caught throwing eggs and soaping windows. The cops are on my ass. I can't get drunk tonight.
Hey, wait a minute. I thought you were babysitting tonight.
The only reason he babysits is to have a place to...
Shit!
I have a place for that.
I forgot my notebook.
Who cares? I always forget my books. I forget my Hustler, Blacktail, Mature Midgets, Cum Sluts. Oh, who needs books anyways? I have my laptop. Isn't that Mahoney? I think he got loose.
I don't think so.
Hey, jerk! Colts kill! Can't you take a joke?
You know, Alex, someday you're gonna get all of us in deep shit.
Totally.
I hate a guy with a wheelchair, no sense of humor.
Well, are we still on for tonight?
I wouldn't want to get you in deep trouble, Matt.
Come on, Alex. I've been planning it all week.
All right. The Wallaces leave at 7.
Oh, I'm babysitting for the Doyles. It's only 3 houses away. We can keep each other company.
Terrific. I got 3 choices. Watch the kids sleep, listen to Wazelle jerk off, or talk to you. What time?
I don't know yet. I have to get out and taking my stupid brother trick-or-treating.
Saving the treats for your cock?
Funny. See ya. Tonight at 10 p.m., 9 Central.
This film has been re-edited by assholes.
I didn't come to love Halloween 3 until about 15 years ago.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I
So
always liked Halloween 3.
I always was okay with it, but I didn't love it the way I do now.
Well, yeah, it's definitely, more a part of me now, but I didn't have a problem with it. I liked, because I was like, well, he's dead. This is an interesting Halloween story. I didn't fight it, growing up at all.
Wait, you saw it when it came out?
I saw it on home video.
Wow.
Probably. I probably did too.
Yeah.
But I think the release of 4 made it worse. Because by coming out with 4 and putting Michael back, they were saying, oh, never mind what we did with that part 3. That doesn't exist anymore.
Sorry.
Yeah. It's oops.
Now, I tell you, watching Halloween 4 on home video for the first time, I was over it. Like, it didn't...
Really?
I don't know if it was because of my age or what, but I was like, I knew it didn't work. Like, and it still really doesn't work, ultimately, but there's just something missing.
Dude, you were 10.
Yeah, probably.
It didn't work at
Well,
10?
I just didn't like it. I'm not like sitting there sipping coffee going, oh, this story is nonsense. I just, just didn't care for it. And I was bored with it. And now looking back, I could tell why. Because it's just not nearly the same thing. It's not even Halloween 2 same. So
I'm with you, though. I didn't... I
did not care for it. Yeah,
I'm not going to say I didn't care for it. I liked it, but I knew there was no comparison to 1 or 2. I was like, okay, well, it's cool. But I never at any time, even the first night I saw it when it first came out, did I ever feel fucking, that it was on the par of a 1 or a 2 at all.
How about
the ending was cool?
I thought it was great.
Oh,
Dude,
no.
when I first got into this whole thing 15 years ago, I thought it was great. Like, I don't know. But you got to remember, 15 years ago, there wasn't all these online communities, and I wasn't interacting with people. So when I saw something on tape, which is where I bought it, I just took it for what it was, and was just fascinated by the idea. Yes, at 20 years old, I was fascinated by the idea that I was just watching another Michael movie, and to me, it just was what it was. I knew it was from 1988, so that was cool too. And it just didn't occur to me that there's a problem with this. It's weird. I didn't realize Halloween 5 was bad until a few years later. Halloween 6, I probably thought it was just weird, and 7 I liked right away. It's just weird. I never even considered thinking about whether or not I like these things back then. Before there was so many people to bounce off of, I really didn't think about it like that. And I just said, well, this is a complete series, and this is what I like. It's weird. I never really, and it's weird that even you watching it at 10, you actually considered whether or not it was good.
Yeah, I really didn't I would watch these movies repeatedly, but this is, that's definitely an instance where I could just leave it. I was fine with watching it one time, and I didn't really care for it.
Wow.
Yeah,
and maybe that's because I'd seen so many Friday sequels at that point that I felt...
And they were better.
Yeah, exactly. And this one, just fell short. But,
I agree. I was there, too. I was there. I was 16 or whatever, opening night. I was there.
You weren't 40?
No. It was a time I wasn't. It's true.
That's hard to imagine.
I know it is. I know, totally.
You were so simple, though, right?
Always simple, yeah. Probably more simple back then.
He was a simpleton back then.
Yes. Just a young simpleton, yes. But, it's the same thing with the Friday series. Even when I went to see 5 and 6, I did like them, but I still held parts 1 through 4 on the pedestal. I still knew that it wasn't on that level. And it was the same thing with Halloween. And I don't know, it's just... I knew right off the bat. I mean, I guarantee I liked them more that first night than I do now, but it's just like Halloween 1 and 2 were on a pedestal, and the first 4 Fridays were, and that's just what it was. And it was okay, more coming out, because remember, 88, everything was coming out. We were at the height of horror, so it was just one more fun movie to go see, but it wasn't the same,
It's not the same. How about this? You're talking about false advertising with the trailer. How about the posters for 4, 5, and maybe even 6? I can't really picture it.
Oh God, the mask on it.
Isn't that the mask from part? Is it the mask from part 1? Because it's definitely not the mask in the films.
For what, 4?
Yeah.
You mean the picture in 4 with that cheek? The cheek, the way it looks, is the part 1 mask?
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely
the way it looks.
It's definitely not the part 4 mask, because the part 4 mask is so blank, it's ridiculous.
I always thought it was part 1 mask for 4 and 5.
The way that cheek looks, I don't think it's that at all. It's an immediate turnoff for me.
Are you serious? I always thought that the mask on the part 4 and 5 cover are part 1 mask.
The cheek is prominent, but I think it was always there in part 1 and 2, but it's just the way it's lit.
The lighting. Right.
Yeah, I think it's all the light.
So you think they got a picture, a screen cap, if you will, from part 1 and just took a picture of that somehow and put that on the box and put that on the poster?
Yes.
Well,
and it's the exact same one in part 5. I'm looking at that one right now, except they put a knife with a reflection of Jamie Lloyd covering up half of it. It's the exact same fucking thing.
Isn't that odd?
It's false. False advertising, because he looks... part 4 is probably my least favorite. He looks ridiculous in 5, but I think part 4 is the... maybe that's my disconnect, is that he looked like an entirely different person. I realize that, yes, it's an actual different mask, but as we've discussed at length before, his whole body, his movement, everything. I mean, give me a Dick Warlock from 2 any day over the look of this guy. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, as much as I don't like Dick Warlock's performance at all,
it's in the right setting, so therefore it's okay.
Yeah,
Whereas the setting and the look was bad in 4. So
right, yeah. Like Halloween is such an amazing. Halloween 2 is such an amazing film that Dick Warlock's performance hardly ruins it. You know, like, yeah, I don't like any choices he made whatsoever. Nothing. I mean, maybe swiping the blade around at the end before he gets blown up. That was okay. But other than that, nothing about anything he chose to do was okay with me. And but I love Halloween 2. But Halloween 4, like you guys said in the retro, it's like this giant action figure. And the setting, the movie's not good enough to give it the performance of George Wilbur a pass.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, there's just nothing right about it. He doesn't look right. Michael's decisions in the movie are just ridiculous in part 4. I said it 100 times. Walking on a roof is something Michael would never do.
He's Jigsaw in part 4. Isn't that when he's Jigsaw? He's like planning a route. He shuts the power down.
Yeah, and then he kills a cop and sits in his chair, so you think he's the cop, and then he turns around and surprises you. Like, what if the girl never made coffee and walked over and goes and said, "Hey, would you like coffee? Too bad we don't have any lights with no MTV." Like, what if she never said, "Like that cop is I don't talk to fucking pigs," and then she just went upstairs? Like, what do you do? Just sit in that chair and say, "Oh, that didn't work," and walk upstairs and say, "Hey, pay attention to me."
You got any dog up here? I'm kind of hungry.
Oh, fuck. You're right, though, and I agree 100%. I agree with everything you said about part 2, Michael, Dick Warlock, and part 4. And I'm still... Wow, those cheeks. He looks like he has dog cheeks in that picture.
It's really prominent, yeah. And it draws the eye in big time. That's definitely for sure.
I like it. I don't have no problem with that part 4 cover.
I like it, but I agree with you, Dave, in that it stands out, the cheek. Yeah,
I gotta look this up.
Yeah,
totally. Look at the cover of part 4, and then Google fucking just any shot in part 1, and then you'll see you do see a little line where the cheek is that they cut in the mask. But in this movie, at least in that picture on that box, I should say, it looks like he has that breed of dog that has those fucking big cheeks.
No, I don't know what dog that is.
He's slowly turning into a dog.
Yeah.
Yes.
You are what you eat.
Yeah.
Michael's gonna have a fucking snout in part 9.
Yeah, like the alternate ending to fucking Army of Darkness. Did you ever see that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Ash Van Winkle, yeah?
Yeah. God.
It'd be like that. It'd be Michael have a beard. It'll be coming under his mask and fucking he'd be laying there.
In a coma forever.
The whole thing was a dream. Yeah.
Just laying on a dead dog.
There's one thing I don't understand, though.
What's that?
Does Michael Myers eat pumpkin pie on Halloween?
I don't know.
Ask Jamie.
Yeah, I was going to say, only Jamie Jenkins can answer that question.
Yeah.
Wait, what did he ask her? Like, did he say, do you think Michael likes pumpkin pie?
I believe so.
Did he really? Did a human fucking being really ask that question? Like, God.
Well, it was a corny joke. Granted.
Am I part of this fucking world? Like, am I in this community? Did someone from this community really say, do you think Michael Myers likes pumpkin pie?
Well, let's get into it, guys. What do you think he likes? Does he like apple pie?
I think he likes dog blood.
Dog, yes.
Is he a lemon meringue kind of person?
He likes fucking...
brownies?
Yeah, fucking brown dogs. You know?
He likes flea and fur pie.
Hair pie?
Do you think he eats the asshole of the dog?
Or do you think he cuts the asshole out and tosses it in the corner?
He's like, ugh, no thank you. But give me those balls. Yeah, he only goes after dogs that aren't fucking neutered.
He eats dogs' assholes. Yeah, do you think when Michael ate the dog and he goes, he must have got hungry, did Michael continue chomping as he got to the asshole area? Or did he say, God, this thing, this thing doesn't wipe. So I'm not eating his tongue, which licks his asshole, or his asshole.
I think he just realized at one point, I've taken this too far.
Look at what I've become.
Enough is enough. Shit. Maybe I should have stayed in the fucking sanitarium.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. He killed Annie's dog. Do you think he brought that back to his house when you heard him breathing at the end of the movie? So he could continue to eat?
Yeah. He was just so excited. That's why he was breathing so heavy. Can't wait to eat this fucker.
God, killing these kids really worked up an appetite.
Fucking starving.
Thank God I killed that dog an hour ago.
Yeah, yeah, I got a doggy bag, thank God.
I'm a huge fan of witches in the sense of that exact look. And I'm really disappointed that in how many years of film, 70, 85 years of talking pictures, that there are almost or zero movies with witches.
You mean like a Wizard of Oz type witch?
That exact witch I would like to see in a horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. So you're saying
nothing?
Would you have rather seen those kind of witches in Lords of Salem?
Well, that's a different style of... You would? Okay.
Well, they have nothing to do with each other. I mean, those witches wouldn't be in that movie. But
right there.
But yeah, I mean, I would love to see a movie where witches live in a mountain and they fly broomsticks into this little hole that's lit up.
Yeah, Hocus Pocus.
Well, but they have to look like the green, long-nosed witch.
Oh, yeah. Well, they look ugly. Like Bette Midler and she in that.
Yeah, well, that's naturally ugly. I'm talking about makeup.
How about that new one?
What's
The
that?
Witch. There's a new movie called The Witch that just came out.
Okay.
I don't know how she looks in it. I haven't seen it yet, but we will see it. Maybe.
She better be green.
Yeah, maybe we'll get lucky. Because that's a great idea, Alex. I was totally picturing it. Like a couple of them flying down from mountains on broomsticks in the dark at night. That'd be fucking badass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that would be heaven on earth to me. Like, I want to see witch movies that are about those fucking types of witches. And there's nothing.
I feel like it would get turned into a PG-13 Harry Potter style thing.
Maybe.
Like
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe, but it doesn't have to be. They can make a badass.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Like Clown. Picture. I mean, it's completely irrelevant, but it's off topic. But
oh, you mean Eli Roth directed Clown? Yeah. I'm picturing it. He
movie
directed
Clown.
the fuck out of that movie.
It's a damn. It is a damn good movie. I like it. Might make my top 10. But I'm saying the whole mythos of how those people, they looked like evil. They grew that. Remember, like their bodies were distorted. They were like creatures that grew into clowns or something like that. I forgot exactly how it was.
They could make a movie called Witch and steal the fucking story and have a woman put the hat on and she can't get the fucking hat off. Her nose starts growing out. Hey.
No, she puts a plastic nose on it and it won't come off.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
She eats children. They could just steal this whole fucking thing. It could be the sequel. How about that?
Clown 2
That
Witch.
guy.
Yeah.
Clown 2 : Witch.
Yeah, it's like it's like that movie, The Ghost of whatever the fuck it was, Georgia something.
Oh yeah.
What's that shit called?
Haunting in Connecticut.
Ghost of Salem.
Ghost of Georgia.
Right.
Like,
Wait, how about this,
where
guys?
are we?
Have you guys watched all the American Horror Story?
Oh yeah, I love it.
Dave has.
Well, isn't there like a season called The Coven? Is that about those types of witches?
It's about witches, but they don't look like that. It's
They
modern.
look normal, right?
Forget
Yeah.
it.
I wouldn't say they look normal, but you don't see old fucking green witches in it.
Yeah, I want to see green witches.
You don't see that shit unless it's a kid thing. That's the.
That's what I mean. I feel like it's going to get turned into a Harry Potter type situation.
Well, you actually
doesn't
do.
have to.
There's a TV show from the 80s called Tales from the Dark Side.
I just watched that a couple months ago.
Ever heard of it?
It's amazing. Yes. The Halloween one. It's
Yeah.
amazing. The look of it, great. Oh
Right.
yeah.
So that was the closest I'll ever get, I guess.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Alex. Somebody might do it because I think it's a great fucking idea. To have them, they can't be walking amongst humans though. They have to be creatures in their own thing. You know what I mean?
Mountain. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Away. I mean, the closest we got was like, did you ever see Clash of the Titans? Those old.
I was just thinking of the Stygian witches. Yeah.
Yes. Give me the eye, and I'll tell you.
The eye is all powerful. Just as you have touched it, it can protect you. Yeah, like that is amazing. And those Stygian witches are the closest thing. And every time he meets them, that's like one of my highlights of that movie. Like I'm just dying to see something like that, and there's nothing. And I watch Wizard of Oz like once every 2 years, just because I like it so much because of that. But the girl who played the witch in that movie was top notch.
Amazing.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think her name is Margaret something.
Hamilton?
Yeah, I think so.
You're talking about Wizard of Oz, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Margaret Hamilton. Yep.
Margaret Hamilton. Yeah.
Fuck, man. We picked the right show to talk about witches. It is Halloween.
Oh yeah.
You know? Damn.
Now let's talk about black cats.
Let's talk about. Oh, can we talk about Friday 13th?
No, we're done with that.
You're walking under ladders.
I think even Friday the 13th fans are pretty much like, okay. I guess I really appreciate if you guys can talk about something else again.
Coming next week on BananaLaser.
We both know he's alive. But you know where he is.
BananaLaser. This time, they're ready. This time, they're unpantsed. And this time, they're back with a vengeance. BananaLaser. : Halloween Returns. : The Revenge of Halloween Returns. Part 2.